Roger Goodell's, I'm sorry, my bad. Prior to Commissioner Roger Goodell's annual Super Bowl week media session, the NFL released a statement saying that the league was aware of the emails released by the Justice Department on Friday showing that convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein connected New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch with numerous women. During Monday's Q&A, Goodell was asked whether the league would open its own investigation to determine if Tisch violated the league's personal conduct policy and if Tisch would be subject to any discipline.
Well, you may be getting ahead of yourself on the second part, but I would say that absolutely, we are going to look at all the facts. We're going to look at the context of those. We're going to try to understand that, and we'll look at how that falls under the policy. But I think we take one step at a time. Let's get the facts first. I don't even know the status of all the release. I know that 3 million documents came out last week. Listen, we'll continue to follow any of the facts that come up, and we'll determine whether we open an investigation or not.
I think, Trey, the DEI backlash is a macrocosm of the micro issue, right? People say the microcosm, it's a macrocosm. The DEI backlash, I think, has everything to do with the lack of black coaches, because if you really think about it, I think right now, owners, general managers are just hiring the best person for the job. But here's the problem. If you're only hiring the best person for the job, and the jobs have historically been filled by non-black people, and you continue to hire the best person for the job, and they continue to be filled by non-black people, then you're only going to perpetuate the fact that there are not black head coaches. You're only going to perpetuate. So when people are like, hire the best person for the job, I understand that. But that's just perpetuating 1950 and 60 and 70 and 80 and 90 cyclical issues. So you can't, if you really want to change the lack of diversity in the NFL with the coaches, you can't just hire the best person for the job that you see. You feel me? Yeah. You actually have to interview candidates and look at candidates you might not necessarily see. So I don't even know if the NFL, in my mind, is doing enough to increase diversity, because at the end of the day, what you want owners to do, and you can only force owners' hand so much. T, you remember when you get like compensatory picks for having like a black coach on staff, and then more.
You get an extra third rounder, I believe.
An extra third rounder.
Yeah.
Right? So like the NFL has already tried to incentivize teams by saying, hey, yo, if y'all have a black coach, we'll give you an extra draft pick.
That's real.
It's real, but eventually I just think that rubber meets the road, if you will. So I don't know if the NFL is doing enough, but 2-5, what'd you make of Goodell's comments? We still got work to do.
Yeah, I like it. Some of that stuff he was saying I definitely like, but then some of that might be just talk. As I've been there, I did it a lot of times. Say things I mean, but I might start rambling a little bit just to make it sound better.
Tell people what they want to hear?
Yeah, for real. Because I've been thinking like what though? Like we need more action. Because we got to do better, and he's right. But what is that? I talked about yesterday is like some of these small little interns that get these jobs, right? The fourth quarterback on the depth chart, he goes to 6-7 different teams. He gets cut, don't make the team. And now he might get an intern job. Why can't some of the black players get them jobs? Because I'm starting to learn, like, those guys, some small guys, eventually one day they become a big guy. And I watched Matt Nagy, right?
Yep.
And when I was with Philadelphia, and he was small job, super smart, cool dude. You know, I talked to everybody, so I was talking to him and everything. But anyway, I watched him go from a small role to a big role. And I'm thinking, yo, if a lot of other black players had a chance to play in his spot, they would eventually get a chance. And I feel like it starts at the bottom because, you know, everybody won't get an office coordinator job just right away. That's cool, but let these guys earn it. And my thing, the same way some of these white coaches earn it, let some of the black coaches earn it. That's the only thing I just don't understand. And then we really can see in a fair playing field who is capable for these jobs.
Now, Acho brought up the macro level and the micro level, right?
Yep.
On the macro level also, how many black owners do we have?
Zip.
None.
And so
we've never had one.
That also becomes a problem because you just feel comfortable hiring people that you have more in common with.
Yeah.
And so that's first and foremost. You feel more comfortable. There's going to have to be some type of minority ownership or just some type of minority bodies in these meetings. When these meetings are, because now it's going to be, oh, let's interview this guy. And in the Shady's point, I remember some guys in Cincinnati that, what you said, they were the Matt Nagy's and quality control type of guys.
Quality control.
In 7-8 years, he was a D coordinator. And I'm like, damn, he the D coordinator now? And he was this close to getting the head coaching job. This close.
Come on, man. Come on now.
But he worked his way up. And it doesn't happen with the black player because the coaches are the ones that will say, hey, if it don't work out for you, give me a call, man. I think you'll make a good coach.
Yep.
So we got to be proactive with it and say, hey, coach, if it doesn't work out for me, I want to get into coaching. Mm-hmm. We got to be proactive. The players that want to coach, when you get around a McVay or a Shanahan or an Andy Reid, hey, coach, if it don't work out for me, man, I'll be interested in
How
coaching.
you know they're not doing that, though?
We don't know.
Right,
we don't know. But if they aren't, this is
I know
what we're talking about.
The way you're saying is like they don't. Let's say they are. Then what? Does anything change?
Well, it'll change. It's going to take some time, though. That's going to take a decade, maybe longer. That's going to take.
That's so crazy,
when we had this discussion yesterday, it was a name, and I was like, I knew I was leaving a name off. What happened to T. Martin? T. Martin was a quarterback coach, and T. Martin played quarterback, and he was a good quarterback, won a national championship.
Right.
What happened with T. Martin? Why can't he get an interview?
Come on now.
Because he played the position. They tried to move. They had him at receiver coach. And like, why do you have a quarterback coaching receivers? Then they moved him to quarterback. What happened to a guy like T. Martin? Why can't he advance the way some of these other guys have? Because he actually was a good quarterback.
Do you feel like? Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say I agree with what TJ said about needing some type of minority ownership, and I think until the NFL progresses toward that, where we have more minority owners, we're going to see this stagnation of black head coaches, and a big part of that is because of an idea called enlightened exceptionalism. So even let's say a black coach gets hired and he does really, really well, right? We can all, as the culture, point to that and be like, see, look, we deserved an opportunity. But now the next black coach that comes after him, the counterculture is going to say, well, he's not as good as he was. Mm-hmm. Why would I hire him? Or he didn't do as well as he did. I need him out of there.
Exactly what he said yesterday, though, because just as many white coaches aren't doing.
Thank you,
Bob McAdoo.
Yeah.
Straight at, like terrible. Got him out of there real quick. Got him out of there real quick. So that happens a lot, but it's so many opportunities presented to him. You kind of gloss over the one and dones and things of that nature. You gloss over it.
Yep.
What about this though, T? Because you brought up a good point. How many dudes 2-5? Because you're the one who's not hottest on it, but you're the one who has one of the most passionate takes on it. I don't know that many former black players that have wanted to become coaches. I know several that want to become managers. Shout out to LeSean Mccoy, wants to be like upper network, upper echelon of it all. I know several that want to be on television. I don't know that many that are like, I want to be a coach, because a coach is a very thankless job. Especially the grind to becoming a coach is an incredibly thankless job. Now, once you're the head coach, you get all the praise, you get all the glory, but y'all know what it is. Quality control, offensive or defensive assistant, assistant position coach, linebacker assistant coach, to position coach, to coordinator, to head coach. You got about 7 to 10 thankless years in there where to me it's just like, that's why I didn't want to become a head coach.
You know what hurts too? I'm sitting here thinking about this. I'm not going to name this guy, right? You have assistant coaches that are assistant to the position coach. Like, do your job. Stop hating on the coach that's ahead of you. Mm-hmm. That's a big thing that goes on. If Shady's the head corner coach and I'm his assistant corner coach, the assistant corner coach, we both black, I'm dirty macking him to the head coach behind his back. Mm-hmm. Not realizing the head coach gonna come tell him. That happens all the time. And I hope Buddy listens because I think he know who I'm like, bro, what are you doing? That's why you ain't got a job now. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like, you hating on the man that you want his job, and you got fired for hating on the man, and you know what I'm talking about.
So I want to address Astro's thing. Like, it's a million black coaches though that coach in college, that got coaching jobs in the league. You don't think they want to be coordinators or head coaches? Yes. Look at the coaches that's coaching in college. Deshaun Jackson's a coach. He's one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. Deion Sanders was coaching. It's coaches. Eddie George, Marshall Faulk, it's coaches though.
Mike Vick.
Mm-hmm. Mike Vick. So like we're trying to find so many different excuses.
Okay.
For what?
The guys you
the truth is that we're not getting opportunities though. That's
is
what
it the
it is.
perception of the guys you just named, or some of them? Is it the perception how people perceive them?
But I named you the really good players.
No.
What about
I'm talking not the good players, the perception of who they are as people.
Listen what I'm saying. I named you all the special players to get everybody's attention.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about all excuse me. What about all the not good players that love football but they can't play because they're not that good in the league?
Mm-hmm.
They love football. A lot of these coaches that you watch, like Sean McVay, you don't think he loves football? You don't think he want to be a pook out there? But he can't. Can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a coach. Nick Sirianni, he's a really good wide receiver for like D3. I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
Mm-hmm.
You think he didn't want to play in the league and be A.J. Brown? But he can't. Athletically, he can't do it. So I want to coach Andy Reid. He kicking footballs and all that. You don't think he want to be Jason Kelsey?
It's the next best
But
thing.
he can't.
Yes.
So he want to coach.
But what about this?
So my thing is, if you know that, right? I just want to like hear, because I get all these different like excuses y'all saying, and that's not that like y'all wrong. It's like what y'all think.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is like that's not even the real situation. The real situation is that we're just not getting opportunities because players that wasn't good. A lot of them want to be coaches.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, for sure.
Simple as that. Bro.
I agree with that. I agree.
Do you think it's just a matter of time? Because you name Jack, you name Mike Vick, you name Dion, you name Marshall Falk. If all of them are continuing to be excellent at where they are,
they won't do it. They won't do it. You know
we-
why they won't do it? If the league sets the precedent that now you can start having superstar type players come in there, it's gonna make every other coach feel uncomfortable.
Can we be honest though?
You know why? Because if I'm a player,
You got to be somewhat of a square.
if
You
Mike,
got to be somewhat of a
coach?
square.
if
Yeah.
Mike Vick came to be my coach, Dion, you think I'd rather play for somebody else than them? Think about it though. Think about it. So now, because like it's this thing called like egos. Everybody got an ego, right? Damn, there's Sean McVay. Damn, there's Kyle Shanahan. Damn. But now is that Dion? Is
But
that
hold on.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
So now, like now,
I do.
It moves now. Now, like the power moves a little
but
bit.
I think T.
You know what I'm saying?
Start that thought, T, and finish it.
Look, it's the perception of if your ownership group and you interview Deshaun Jackson, he come in there with braids, tattoos everywhere.
Yep.
I know D-Jack.
I know him too.
D-Jack is extremely smart. A really good dude. But the perception of him is he a street dude.
Yep.
That's the perception. But that's not him. How is that going to go when you interviewing with people that have never been in your type of environment? I'm just a product of my environment, but that's not me.
And the problem is, if there was more black owners,
That's
Correct.
exactly
It would be
You know why? 'Cause
Correct.
Yes.
But this right.
Correct.
This I hate about
Correct.
even that part you saying though. I can have my tattoos and have braids and have gold teeth and all that and big chains, and I can play for you though, and I can make you.
You can play for
me.
me.
But tell me, I can make you billions of dollars though, and you can put me on your TV and advertise me on your drinks when
Yes.
you're going. And I can do all this billboards of your team and your logo, but I can't coach your team.
Nope.
Nah.
No.
But here's the other thing, though. I don't even know if you can't coach my team. You can't be the face of
You
my
can't be the
franchise.
head coach. You can
even,
coach.
even the face of my franchise. Think about the reason Shador faced so much backlash. Think about Lamar Jackson faced all that backlash. I don't even know if it's that you. Not only can you not
terrible,
coach,
bro.
It's
I don't
perception.
think you can be the face. I don't think owners do not
Yes.
want the face of their franchise to be something that they can't necessarily relate to. Or I believe the majority of America, if you just look at
what
the numbers.
D-Jack just did at Delaware State is the equivalent of somebody going to an NFL team. What Vrabel just did with New England.
Yep.
They weren't winning. He won more games in 1 year. They done won the last 2 or 3.
The truth of the matter is this: the NFL, with no black owners, they don't want a whole bunch of black head coaches. You know why? Because it takes the power away from some of them positions. Break it down, Shady. Back in the day, the most important position is quarterback, like it is now. The difference is now it was no black quarterbacks, and they always talk bad about them. Oh, they run, they can't win with them. And now the best players is the ones running around. So now you have way more black quarterbacks, right? So now we took a lot of that power away, right? You be damned if you're going to have some black owners and take a lot of power. Cool. You're not going to know head coaches that's going to take power. So now it's like they don't want some of the black players to get some of that power. So, because we already lost the quarterback battle. We already lost that battle. So now we can't lose the head coach battle either.
You're not going to lose the head coach battle. You're not going to lose it. Like,
All right.
it can be.
It ain't going to happen.
You're not going to lose it because there's always going to be a McVay. There's always going to be a Shanahan. There's always going to be an Andy Reid. Always. You're not going to lose it. It's never going, at least in our lifetime, we will never see the National Football League with a majority of black coaches. Never. In our lifetime, we'd be lucky if we see 8.
But see, they want to keep the power because back in the day, 25, 30 years ago, they were saying the same thing. Oh, there'll never be no black quarterbacks like that.
I don't know, Shady, if it's as much as they want to keep the power as it is they want to keep their homies. I don't know if it's like inherently like I don't want a black head coach because I want to keep the power. I think it's, I'm more familiar with Kyle Shanahan. I'm more familiar with Sean McVay. I'm more familiar with Mike LaFleur. I'm more familiar with Matt LaFleur. I don't think it's I don't want this black coach because I'm going to lose the power. So I think it's just it's a familiarity issue.
So when you watch football, right? When you watch football, who's the TV? Who's the camera on? It's either the quarterback or the head coach.
Yep, check.
Okay. So back in the day, right? You see all white quarterbacks, correct?
Yep.
They didn't want to let that go either, though. Right? It was the same thing.
But I don't think that was they didn't want to let it go. I think they didn't think black people were smart enough to play quarterback.
All right, and then so it just changed out of nowhere. This changed because now we got smarter, I guess.
Nah, because black excellence showed up.
Okay,
Warren Moons, Doug Williams, Randall Cunningham,
right?
And they dispelled that.
Okay, cool.
So when you have the DeMeco Ryans, when you have the Lovie Smith, the Tony Dungy's, like that to me is what it has taken.
It ain't like it's a whole bunch of black Super Bowl winning quarterbacks.
It all changed,
right? It's not a lot of black winning. Okay,
but,
so that's so when you say excellence, I don't know like what that means.
Doug Williams, Super Bowl winning.
It's not a lot of black.